Just checked out of the hotel here, the Copa, and we're going to the next hotel. So the taxi drivers dropped us off at the wrong hotel. The road was 8,400 baht, that's for 7 nights. And there is a sea view. Quick look at the breakfast. Although I have I've eaten a toast now. There you go. I use a factor 50. That's 50. My advice would be, and I would have took this advice myself if I'd have realised. So that's another thing, you know. It's like me and my shadow everywhere. I feel like it's like that sometimes. But then, you know, you've got to look at what your expectations are, because I've been here before. So this is the room where we've been staying for the last 7 nights. And it's a big room. Good morning and welcome to today's video. So, at the moment, we're just packing up because we're checking out. We're checking out to the hotel where we are at the moment. There's stuff everywhere, look. Most of it's packed up now, so we haven't got too much to do. There you go. There's the room. And as you can see, or maybe you haven't seen the review of this room, it is sort of darkish. The lights are, not the lights, the windows are blacked out, so you don't get too much natural daylight coming through. And the blackout curtains as well. So, you know, sort of when it's first light, 8 o'clock, 7:30, you still think it's the middle of the night. There's a view of the street down there, the little soy where the hotel is. And where we're moving to, it's not too far, to be honest, just a little bit further down the second road. This hotel is just behind Walking Street, and it's right over the top of a bar. So last night, it was really loud last night, and it must have been 3-4 o'clock before I got to sleep. So I won't miss that, to be honest. It'll be good to move. So we're just doing the final preparations now before we check out, and I'll show you the new hotel when we get there. Okay? So I'll see you later. Okay, so we've just checked out of the hotel here, the Copa, and we're going to the next hotel, which is it's not too far down the road, to be honest. It's probably about 500-600 meters, but we've got a lot of luggage. So we've actually ordered a taxi, a Bolt taxi. We're just waiting for the taxi now. So I'll just show you around here quickly. Oh, it's empty now, very quiet. We're of an evening. These streets are full of chairs and tables. They're all clubs, as you can see. It's very noisy until sort of 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And our room is right above the bar here. And I'll just show you out on the road so you can see how close we are to Second Road. So the road at the top there, that's Second Road. If you turn right, that's where sort of the boat buses start to go down Second Road. Just a short little alley off Soi 13-4. So the taxi drivers dropped us off at the wrong hotel. The road was one way, so she couldn't go back. So what we've had to do, we've had to walk. He says it's not far. I've had to lift the luggage over this bar here. See, so you couldn't drive through. They do look the same, and the one's the Royal Palace Hotel, but the one where we're at, it's this one here, which is the Royal Plaza Hotel. So she couldn't get back round. I've had to lift the cases over there, like I said. Now we've got to walk through. Never mind, it's all in a day's work, isn't it? See, the Plaza Hotel. They do look the same. They're probably the same owners. Oh, that's great. I've dropped all my stuff now. Hold on, let me pick this stuff up. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so Yuvidi's already over there. Look, she's gone. Left me to it. Yeah, so it could be. They're probably the same owners, both hotels, just different names. Sit back off the road so you don't get no noise. Oh, and I'm absolutely starving because I've had no breakfast yet. Well, we've had nothing to eat. It's the first time I've actually had staff from a hotel phone the room saying checkout time. We were a bit over. Only like, I think it was about sort of like 5-10 minutes. Okay, so I'm just gonna check in now. I'll see you later. Okay, so that's the check-in process done with, and the room was 8,400 baht. That's for 7 nights, and there is a sea view. The balcony is quite big. And, there's some chairs in the room which you can put on the balcony and sit and relax, have a look, see what's going on. So there you can see the sea. And the rest of Pattaya, I can see the central Pattaya shopping mall from here. The second road's just down there, so. And that's where the driver just tried to come round the back there, but the road was cut off. Never mind. Okay, so I think we're going to get something to eat now because it's sort of midday. Let's have a look. Actually, it's 10 to 1. It's 10 to 1, we've had nothing to eat yet. So that's the first task to do, is to get something to eat. Okay, so I'll see you later. So we're just gonna check out a restaurant at a small hotel just down on the second road, close to the hotel where we stay now actually. And there it is. It's called the Nags Head. There's hotel rooms above the restaurant and there's always people in there. The food looks good and it seems reasonably priced. So we were just having a look. You can see the breakfasts there, and they do other foods as well, Thai and European food, I think. So we're going to go in and see what they have. So I'll just give you a quick look at the breakfast. Although I've eaten a toast now. There you go. So you get 2 toast, scrambled egg, some bacon, potatoes, and a tomato, fried tomato. I've chosen coffee, but you can have an orange juice or tea. You don't get both. It's just one of those. There's you. Good breakfast. You enjoying? And it is a good breakfast. It's a basic one, only 110 baht, but it is good. They have got some others with beans and sausage and all that sort of stuff, but that costs more. That was 225 baht, but we've just gone with the basic one. Okay, so I'm going to finish this off, and I'll see you in a second. So we've just got some snacks and drinks from the 7-Eleven there. Now we're gonna sit by the pool in the hotel. That's something that we don't usually do, but well, a lot of the hotels, not most, but a lot of the hotels where we've stayed, they don't have pools. But even the ones that they did have, we've not usually just sort of sat around the pool and relaxed and, well, whatever you do at the pool. But that's what we're going to do now, because it's mid-afternoon, 2 o'clock. And we want to go to the movies this evening, so we're going to have an early start. We tried that yesterday, going to the movies, and it didn't work. By the time we'd finished our dinner, we'd missed the start of the movie. So we're going to start out earlier today. Let's just go through the reception of the hotel and the pools on the other side. And that's where they set the restaurant out in the morning for the breakfast, I think. Well, sort of find that out tomorrow morning. There's the lifts. And here's the pool. Now there is someone in it. You don't usually get people in the hotel pools. So I think we'll sit in the shade. Don't want to burn. I've not put any. I use a factor 50. That's 50 sunblock. And you still catch the sun using that. Oh wow, I'm going to be careful here because no, they've got stepping stones there, look. I'm not going to risk it while I'm trying to look at the camera as well. I'll fall in. Yeah, no doubt I would fall in. I'm going to walk around. Yes, you still catch the sun. I use a factor 50 sunblock, and as you can see on my arms there, I'll still cut the sun a little bit. There you go. There's Uvalde, headed straight for the sun lounger in the shade. No wonder if that used to be a bar there. Probably. Oh, there is a sort of a menu there. No, those are the pool rules. Okay, let's sit down. 2.5 meters deep. What's that? Sort of 3, 6, just over 6, probably about 7 foot, something like that, off the top of my head. So we've booked into, we've checked in to the new hotel. It's the, oh, I forget what it's called now, I'll put it up later. And we've just come back and we're going to sit round the pool for the afternoon. So what we're doing now, I thought I'd just touch on a few things about Pattaya. Well, the first thing is the reason why I came to Pattaya and why I've stayed for, I'm into my 3rd month now. Actually 3.5 months, coming up to 4 months. Well, it was to try it out, just to see where I might like. So we've done a lot of travelling around, really, a lot of moving around, and that's tiring, that is. So it's not like been living here as such, although the last week has been more like that. Yeah, that was the idea of coming out to find places where I would like to stay for longer periods of time. 6 months, you know, maybe 12 months, and looking at settlement here. But then, you know, you've got to look at what your expectations are, because I've been here before a few times. My expectations are what I thought it would be, because I already have been here. But for people that haven't been here before, it may be different, especially if, well, obviously if you haven't been here before, it's going to be your first time. So all you've got to go off really is what you see on YouTube, and everyone's experience is different. So I'm telling you my experiences now, but you know, you or someone else, everyone else may find it different once they get here. And there are challenges, you know. Like I said, it's not perfect here. It's good. And it depends what you're looking for, I suppose. The weather is good. I mean, you can see now it's the sun, it's scorching hot, the sun's blazing down. It's sort of 30 degrees. We're in sort of mid-January. So you're escaping well, I'm from the UK, so I'm escaping the UK winter weather, where there's not much, if any, sun this time of the year. It's cold, grey skies, and miserable. But like I said, it's not it's good, but it's not perfect. I'm not complaining here, and these are not deal breakers, but I'm just pointing out some of the things that start to get a little bit frustrating. So the first thing is, because of the heat, I put sunblock on, and even though I've put sunblock on, you know, I still tan a little bit. So that can be tiring, you know, before you go out every day, putting a sunblock on and reapplying it later in the day. You know, that's if you want it to work properly. Having to wear the hat, I don't really wear hats, but I haven't got it on now. But I can't stay out in it for too long, or I will start to get sunstroke. You know, so with the sunshine and the heat, it's a double-edged sword. And then you've got to remember to keep yourself hydrated, drink water, replace your fluids, your electrolytes. Otherwise, you could start getting dehydrated, and that can make you feel a bit rough as well. One of the other challenges are the insects. The worst for me anyway is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. And they don't seem to be as bad here in Pattaya, and they can be worse in some areas than others. Bangkok seemed to be worse for me. At one point, I think I had between 15 and 20 mosquito bites. Now, you can't feel them at the time. You don't actually feel them bite you. It's like the next day when they start to swell up. They become itchy, and they can start sort of oozing like a fluid. You know, and it ain't nice. And then, you know, and you're going to start putting cream on to stop the itching. That's a bit of a ball ache. Okay, so I've just got my hat and my water. I was beginning to croak a little bit. I was dehydrating and drying up, but I've got my water now. Rehydrate myself, got my hair done, look. I don't like wearing hats, to be honest with you, but with my lack of natural protection in the sun, if I don't wear it, I can, after a while, I can start getting sort of mild sunstroke. So it's a case of having to. Okay, so those are some of the challenges that you're going to come up against if you come out here in Thailand, especially if you're thinking about getting a Thai girlfriend. My advice would be, and I would have took this advice myself if I'd have realised, pick someone who can speak English. Save yourself a lot of grief and challenge. Yeah, for sure. You might not think it's a big deal, but believe me, it is. Being able to communicate with someone is essential, you know. And sometimes it's just we're just sitting there and we can't communicate with each other. We can't talk. She can't understand me, and obviously I can't understand Thai. And in the end, it just becomes tiring trying to explain what you mean and using a translator. So you just save yourself the energy and don't say it. Think it ain't worth it. But there you go. It'll either work out or it won't. Just one last thing I'll touch on: the food and the restaurants. Most of the restaurants are good. You will get the odd one or two that are not so good. There again, like I say, everyone's different. Sometimes you there, she'll say, "Oh, I don't like this food. No, I think it's good," and vice versa. So you've just got to try it yourself. But if you look at some of the reviews on my channel here, I try and pick the good ones out. And you know, if it's good food, I'll say it's good food. If it's not so good, I'll say that as well. Okay, so the camera just overheated there. I just had to let it cool down for a while before I switched it back on. So just going back to the Thai girlfriend and some of the challenges that I'm facing now. Another thing is, you see, because I do live on my own, and I've lived on my own for a long time and travelled on my own for a long time, I like my own space. And usually there, she won't even like sit by the pool here on her own. I just says, I've got to go back up to the room, and she says, I'll come with you. I said, well, you don't have to. Oh, I don't want to sit on my own. And so that's another thing, you know, it's like me and my shadow everywhere. I feel like it's like that sometimes, you know, and I'm not used to that. Yeah, I'm used to doing my own thing, going where I want, when I want, and not having, sometimes I feel like, you know, I've got somebody following me around all the while, and it can be difficult. Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to end the video there. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And watch out for my other videos, which will be coming out very soon. And bye for now. So this is the room where we've been staying for the last 7 nights. It's a big room. When I mean big, I mean big. It's 3 times the size of your usual Pattaya apartment. So there's the bed. Got a big wardrobe, a mirrored wardrobe there. 2 bedside lamps with tables. A flat screen TV and a chest of drawers there. There is a safety deposit box. That's there, look. Big wardrobe. And you get this massive lounge here, which is, again, it's like another apartment again. Sofa in there, table. There is another TV. There's drawers there, and there's a fridge. It's not a minibar, but there's a fridge there. You do get the 2 free complimentary waters a day. There's free Wi-Fi. As you can see, the windows, there's blacking on the windows. It's got the thick curtains as well, so the room's pretty dark without the lights on. Here's the bathroom. Again, this area here, it's quite big. I've seen whole apartments almost just this size. Separate shower enclosure. It's a good shower, quite powerful, good hot water. There's a toilet. And you've got the basin there. Big mirror on the one side of the wall. And that's the room. The only thing that might put some people off is the area. It's not family friendly really. It's an adult of an adult nature. And if you're not sure of where it is, just Google it, Boys Town, Pattaya. And the price for this was, I think it was 11,392 baht for 7 nights. I will check and put that on the video later. And I'll put it how much it is per night, and in UK pounds as well. Okay.